The kingdom of Mwangaza had been at peace for many years, ruled wisely and justly by King Jahidi. However, as the king lay on his deathbed, he knew that his time was short, and there were many things he needed to impart to his only son and heir, Mara. Summoning his strength, he called out to him.
Mara, come here, my son.
Jahidi's voice was frail, but the urgency in his tone was unmistakable. Mara hurried to his father's side, his heart heavy with sorrow. The old king's breathing was labored, and his body, once strong and commanding, now seemed so fragile. Tears welled up in Mara's eyes as he knelt beside his father.
My son,
Jahidi began, his voice cracking with pain.
I am in deep pain, and I do not know if I will rise from this bed again. The time has come for me to join our ancestors.
Mara's heart clenched at his father's words, the reality of the situation pressing down on him like a great weight.
Listen to me carefully.
Jahidi continued, his voice growing stronger with determination.
You are now the heir to this kingdom. You are wise, and you are intelligent, and I have no doubt that you will rule Mwangaza with the same wisdom and fairness that has kept our people prosperous and safe. But there is something you must remember, something of utmost importance.
Mara leaned in closer, hanging on his father's every word.
You must never, under any circumstances, marry a daughter of King Zasa.
Jahidi warned, his eyes burning with intensity.
Their intentions are not pure. They seek only to plant roots in our kingdom, to grow their influence, and eventually overthrow our rule. Promise me, Mara, that you will heed this warning.
Mara nodded, his heart pounding.
I promise, father. I will honor your wishes.
Jahidi's grip on Mara's hand tightened momentarily before his strength waned, and he sank back into the pillows.
Now go, my son, and lead our people well. May the ancestors guide you. With those final words, King Jahidi closed his eyes for the last time, leaving Mara to grapple with the enormity of his new responsibilities. In the years that followed, Mara proved himself to be a capable and wise ruler. His intelligence and strategic mind brought prosperity to the kingdom, and his people admired him greatly. But as time passed, Mara's heart grew restless. He had met a woman who captivated him, a woman who was none other than the daughter of King Zasa. Despite his father's warning, Mara found himself drawn to her, and before long, he was deeply in love. Ignoring the counsel of his advisors, and blinded by love, Mara married the daughter of King Zasa, believing that their union would bring about a lasting peace between the two kingdoms. But soon after the marriage, things began to change. Whispers of betrayal filled the halls of Mwangaza, and slowly, the influence of King Zasa's family grew within the kingdom. The very thing Jahidi had warned against began to unfold. Within a few short years, Mara's kingdom was overthrown. The once proud ruler was taken captive, his throne usurped by the very people he had trusted. Mara was thrown into the dungeons, a captive in what was once his own kingdom. But Mara's spirit was not broken. In the darkness of his captivity, he began to plan. For 15 long years, he worked in secret, building alliances, organizing a resistance, and sabotaging the new administration from within. He knew the land, the people, and the ways of the kingdom better than anyone, and he used this knowledge to slowly chip away at the power of his captors. His rebellion grew in strength and numbers, fueled by the discontent of the people who had suffered under the rule of the invaders. As the years passed, Mara's resolve never wavered. He knew that one day he would reclaim what was rightfully his. Finally, the day came when Mara and his rebel forces were ready. With the element of surprise on their side, they waged a fierce and bloody war against King Zasa's forces. The battle raged for days, with both sides suffering heavy losses. At a critical moment in the battle, Mara was captured by the enemy and presented with a challenge. He was given 5 jars of soil and asked to identify which one came from his homeland. If he succeeded, he would be freed, and his kingdom would be restored to him. If he failed, the consequences would be dire. Mara remembered the unique soil of Mwangaza, known for its richness that nurtured the kingdom's famous honey-producing bees. Examining the soil samples carefully, he noticed a termite in one of the jars, a creature known to thrive only in the soil of Mwangaza. Pointing to the jar, Mara confidently declared it as the soil of his homeland. His captors were astonished, but they could not deny the truth. Mara had won his freedom. Mara's strategic brilliance and the unwavering support of his people led them to victory. When the dust finally settled, Mara stood once more in the great hall of Mwangaza, his enemies defeated and his kingdom reclaimed. The throne that had been stolen from him was now his again. He had learned hard lessons during his time as a captive, and he vowed never to let love blind him to his duty again. As the new king of Mwangaza, Mara ruled with wisdom and fairness, just as his father had before him. But he never forgot the price of his past mistakes, nor the long years of struggle it took to reclaim his throne. Thanks for watching. Kindly subscribe and share.